When you ask a woman what she's looking for in a partner, you will get a list that sounds like a eulogy for a saint. Kind, funny, family-orientated, loyal. It's a beautiful list and it is not a lie. But there is a massive omission, a silent prerequisite women often do not talk about. Imagine you are applying for a high-level job. You have prepared yourself for the interview, you have the skills, you have the vision, everything. But when you arrive at the building, the security guard won't even let you in because your ID is expired. It doesn't even matter how good you would be at the interview because you will never enter the room. Today we are talking about the security guard of dating. Good looks, high income, social status. This is the part that women always leave out. Not because they're being deceptive, but because this is the unspoken floor. And this barrier exists before your character even enters the conversation.
Useful Thoughts Video Podcast.
So why are women leaving this part out? Well, admitting that looks and income matter can feel shallow in a world and culture that prizes inner beauty. But psychology tells a different story. Evolutionary, these three traits, looks, status, and income, they act like proxies for fitness. Good looks suggest health and genetic quality. A high income suggests social security. And social status suggests the ability to navigate through complex social hierarchies. So this is not about greed or vanity. It's about safety and predictability. Before a woman evaluates if you are a good man, she will evaluate if you are a capable man. If the capability is not established, your goodness is irrelevant. On my channel, I do not look at these phenomena to complain about them. I do it to understand the map we are actually walking on. So before I talk about women's perspective, let's give a little eye-opener to men. So, my dudes, listen carefully. And this is exactly also why being a nice guy often feels to be a failing strategy. You are trying to show a woman your heart before she has even checked your ID. If you lack any baselines of physical self-care, a sense of direction that leads to income, and some social competences, which leads to social status, your kindness looks more like a flaw than a positive character trait. You are just being too kind. And if you're being too kind, you won't get what you want in life. I'm not saying you shouldn't be nice and you shouldn't be caring and you shouldn't be empathic. You just shouldn't be too nice. So this is definitely not an invitation to become obsessed with money or the gym or plastic surgery. It is more an invitation to take responsibility as a man so that you can create value in the world. Character is what keeps a woman, but capability is what gets her in the first place. And now an eye-opener for the women among you. There is a unique tension in realizing that your list is actually not where your attraction starts. When you leave these things out of a conversation, it creates a communication gap. You tell men, just be yourself, just be kind. But then you're frustrated when the man who followed that advice doesn't spark any attraction for you. By acknowledging the importance of the omitted part, you actually empower men to be better men. There is no shame in wanting a partner who is capable and attractive. Acknowledging the standards allows for more honest connections. So what's the conclusion? What's the useful thoughts for today? The goal of this episode is not make dating like some sort of a cold transaction. It is to stop messing with men's heads, because this is what happens when the rules of the game are hidden. Play with open cards, my ladies. When you understand that looks, status, and income are the preamble and character is the story, then everything changes. You stop resenting the filter and start respecting these entry requirements. And man, if you want her to care about your heart, you have to give her a reason to look at your heart first. And that's the useful thought for today. Here's what it is. See you in the next one.